Hi there everybody, we're back again. It's George here, EI7 Kilo Oscar, and we have another piece of software for you here. Found this last night while browsing on YouTube, came up on my recommended feeds, and I'm always on the lookout for software to do with Icom's 7300. So this piece of software is called the IC-7300 CAT command scope, and this has been put together by Roger in Sweden, Sugar Alpha Zero Alpha November Delta. It's free to download from his website, and I'll drop a link to his site in the description to this video. So it's worth having a look at. It's something different. It looks something like that's a work in progress, so he keeps making improvements, and he's open to people emailing him with suggestions, as we can see in the about box here. If I open that, he says that if you have any suggestions of improvements, please email them, and there's his email address there in the about box, so you can check that out and drop him a line. I'm sure he'd be glad to hear from you. So getting started, you download the software, and we go in here to comport, and it asks you, you can have the drop down menu of the COM port you have available. As we all know, in my case is COM port 4 for the USB cable, and he has a few little notes here in the box of how things should be set up in the radio. But anybody that's using software that's connecting the radio via the USB will have these settings in place already, but he's taken the time to have them here to make sure that everything is correct. And we just hit save there, and it asks us, are we sure this is the right COM port? And we say yes. So we can see that the box up here is red now. This is just denotes that the software is not running, and to get it running, we hit the start button here like so, and we're looking at 80 meters here, the entire 80 meter band. Now you can drag this red line up and down the entire range of the scope, and wherever you click our blue marker that's here, you can see it there, our blue marker will QSY the radio to that frequency. So let's just click it onto here, 3680, and the radio goes there. So that's simple enough. Now what I'd say, Roger, I'd like to see it that when you have the mouse in either the scope area or the waterfall area, that once you click the mouse wheel, that it would cause the radio to go up and down there once you move the mouse wheel. It does it, you can see it does it there with that red line, and once we get there and click, the radio will go there. It'd be pretty cool to see it if it did do that all the way up and down the band for the actual center marker there, or the fixed marker. That'd be kind of cool. This here, the waterfall level, this seems to be like the sensitivity of the waterfall. If I lower this to about, let's just say 25, you can see there that the waterfall, there's a lot more happening on it. And if I lower it further, let's lower it to 10, there's even a lot more on it there. So I'm not sure as to what the optimum setting is for this. I only downloaded this software today, so I haven't spent that much time playing with it. The other thing, Roger, I see here that if I QSY to 160, right, the band stays on 40 meters. Now this only happens on 160 and 80. You can see there 3624. If I go to 40, that's fine. And if I go to, that's the, what you call it, 30 meters, it's saying 80 there for that. So I'd say it's just a little bit of a mix up in some of the labels. So 20 is fine, 17 is fine, 15, that's okay, now. We're on 12 there, but it's still saying 15. Let's see, does it go to 10? Yeah, there it is on 10 meters. So just a couple of little glitches, and I don't know anything about coding or writing software like this, but I'd imagine that to have everything right and correct, it's a bit of a challenge. So there we are. So what else have we here? If we can stop it at any time, and when we stop it, these options come live on the top of the software here. So we can go into the set radio edges. We just have to wait a second for that to come up. And that gives us our 3 band edges, which are customizable. Let's see, we're on 80 meters here, so let's change this one for the entire band. No, actually, let's have a look at the second one. The second one there, right? So you click edit and you go down here, and let's change that to 600 there. Save to radio, exit, and start the scope again. So I'm going to change that now. So we're looking at the whole band there, 3.5 to 3.8. So there's the one we just changed, 3.5 to 3.6, and 3.7 to 3.8. That's quite cool, I have to say. So if I lower this again, every time you start it, it seems to go back to a default level. It doesn't remember. I'll leave it at 15. Now 80 is kind of noisy here at the best of times, and it wouldn't be the best band, but there's a few signals going on 80 there. So now what else you can do with this is you can go down to this corner here. There's a little tab here that you can grab, and you can make it really small, and when you do that, you have to drag the edges of the waterfall into line with the scope, so we can actually make it full screen, which you won't get to see it all because my mush is in the way. So we can make it full screen like that. So let's just put it back the way it was, and there we are. So we have to make that back the size it was, and this side adjusted as well. Right, so there's a split operation mode on it. You can have your split 5 kilohertz or 10 kilohertz wide, and I can hear the relay clicking in the radio there for the split operation. That's very good. We have the waterfall speed here on setting 2 at the moment, which is almost identical to the speed that the waterfall on the radio runs at on its fast setting. And I have to say, this is the first software where I've seen this, that the scrolling action of the waterfall is super smooth, and if we put it on 1, it actually goes faster. Now I don't think you'd need it running that fast. If we go to 8, it's very, very slow. Now this kind of action here where it's just kind of jerking along like that, that's what I've seen in any of the other software applications I've had a look at. Even on 4 there, it's not too bad. 3 is a bit slower than 4 for some reason. Yeah, 4 is faster. But 2 I think is the best for now. So what would I like to see, Roger? I'd like to see the option of being able to just use the mouse wheel to go up and down for the main. Where are we? 3.7. That should be just because I'm out of range on the radio. I'd like to see that blue line moving up and down with the mouse wheel rather than this red one. It's hard to click bang on the frequencies there, and I see this frequency rounding is on here, but I'm not sure as to what it does, because I had imagined when I seen it that if I clicked on a signal and you were near enough, that the software would automatically round it up to get it bang on, but I'm not sure what that's about. I'd like to be able to change the colours of the background of the scope maybe, and the line of the scope here, and the same in the waterfall. Now there's not a lot of detail in the waterfall compared to the other ones. I suppose maybe that's the one area where it lets this down. Um, it just looks like random blocks, whereas the other softwares have the same settings in them that you can increase the intensity, and you'll see the color change in the actual waterfall where the strongest part of the signal is. So outside of that, it's good. It's something to me that looks like it has potential, and I can't wait to see what else you come up with, Roger, when you release further versions of it. So thanks very much for this piece of software. I think it's very good, and I'll be watching with great interest to see what else you come up with. So guys, give Roger a shout there on his website. I'll put the link in the description below. The software is free to download for anyone, and give it a try and see what you think of it. So this is George, EI7 Kilo Oscar 73 for now. Bye bye.